Hello friends, and welcome back to Tap Tuesday. Today's is going to be just a little bit different because I've been getting a lot of requests to teach you how to make your own customized tapping. I will say though, if you've never EFT tapped before, if this is the first time you've ever heard that acronym, I would highly suggest checking out my other YouTube videos on tapping, because that I will guide you through and you'll start to get familiar with the different tapping points and the language and phrases that we use. But if you've tapped before and you're ready to make it customized for you and the most efficient tapping you've ever done, this video is for you. So I'm gonna teach you really quickly as much as I can from my certification in the next 10 minutes of this video. So hopefully, like I said, if you're watching this, you're already familiar with tapping, you know all the different points, but I'm gonna go through them really quickly just so we're all on the same page, because there are a few different types of tapping sequences out there on the internet. But the one I'm about to show you works for everything. It's the most basic one. So you're gonna start on your karate chop point right here. And after we do the setup phrase on your karate chop point, we go to the top of the head, the eyebrow, side of the eye, your cheek, under the nose, your chin, collarbone, and then your ribs, armpit, bra line, right around there. And then we finish off with the wrist. Now you may have noticed some tapping points I've used both hands, other ones I only used one. It's really up to you. You can use both or just one. It's whatever feels best to you. And that's really the most important thing with any spiritual practice. It's how it feels to you. And that brings me to my next tip for tapping. You want, when you tap on this point, it's gonna feel a little bit different. That's how you know you're on the energy meridian. So these are basic point for where it is, but each person may be a little bit different. Maybe a little bit higher on you, a little bit lower, a little bit more in, a little bit more out. So take a few minutes now to go through each of the tapping points. Feel free to pause me. And when you go through the tapping points, notice, is one part a little bit more sensitive? Do I have a different sensation here? Is it tingling a little bit more? That's the point for you. So pause this and find those exact points for you on your body. Okay, did you find them? Perfect. Next, we are going to identify what topic you want to tap on and then rate it on a scale. So you can tap on a wide variety of things. You can tap on physical pain, which I have a whole YouTube video for. You can tap on limiting beliefs, which I also have a whole YouTube video for. You can tap on if you're struggling with an emotion and you're not being able to clear it, you can tap on that as well. You can basically EFT tap for anything, which is why I love this healing modality so much. So pick whatever topic you want to tap on. And now I want to rate you on a scale of -10 to +10. So -10 would be, let's say we're tapping on anxiety. A -10 would be the biggest anxiety attack you've ever had, the most anxious you've ever felt. 0 would be neutral, you're feeling okay. And +10 would be, I feel phenomenal, everything's great, there's rainbows shooting out of my ass, it's a magical day, nothing can bring me down. So once you identify your topic, next identify where you are on that scale of -10 to +10. And the reason I really like to do this before tapping is sometimes it's hard to tell if we're having a result, especially if it's an emotional thing. So by identifying a number, we can gain clarity on where we currently are. So at the end of the tapping, we can rate ourselves again and see how much we've improved. So now that you have your topic and you have your number, we can start tapping. And you're gonna start on this karate chop point with the setup phrase. And it's simply, even though I'm experiencing whatever that topic you identified, we'll stick with anxiety, even though I'm experiencing anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You could also say, I deeply and completely love and forgive myself. I deeply and completely forgive and accept myself. Whatever feels best to you. And that's really a nice thing when you learn how to tap for yourself. You can customize the phrasing you use to best work for you. So I personally like, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. If loving yourself feels like too far of a stretch, you can say accept myself or whatever else. And you're gonna say that phrase 3 times. And feel free to change it up a little bit. This is what I call conversational tapping, where you talk through the issue. So if we're talking about anxiety, let's say anxiety about money, it would sound something like, even though I'm experiencing anxiety around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. The second time you may change it to, even though I'm worried about my bills, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And the third time you may change it again to, even though I'm stressed about my financial future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. The whole point with tapping is to talk through your issue, whatever it is, and eventually get yourself to a more neutral point, so that way you can start integrating in more positive thoughts that you want to program into your subconscious. So after you do your setup phrase here, talking through, even though I'm experiencing blah, 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 I deeply and completely love and accept myself, you're gonna go to the top of the head. Again, you can use one hand, you can use both hands, whichever works for you. So at the top of the head, you're gonna start talking through the issue more. I'm really worried about money. It's keeping me up at night. I feel this tightness in my chest. Whatever it is. So talk about how this problem is presenting itself in your life. Talk about how it feels in your body. Talk more about whatever's coming up for you. Whatever thought is coming up for you, that is perfect. And just keep talking and tapping. And as you keep tapping through all of these points, you're gonna notice that you start to calm down and hopefully start getting to a 0 on that scale, a more neutral place. That's why I really like tapping, because it works with your amygdala, that little part in your brain that's in charge of fight, flight, or freeze. It helps calm that down. So if you are experiencing, a really heightened emotion of anxiety, by tapping on these points, you're gonna start calming your brain down, bringing that anxiety down and getting to a more neutral place. And from there, we can start integrating more positive affirmations. So once you go through your tapping sequence, however many times it takes you, from the top of the head to your armpit, back to the top, as many times as you need to get to neutral is fine. Once you notice yourself at that 0 point, you can start saying more positive things. So this may sound like, money doesn't seem so scary now. I've been in situations like this in the past and it's all worked out. I trust that the universe is supporting me and everything's working out for my highest good. So notice how I started to integrate affirmations that I want to believe into the tapping, such as the universe is supporting me, it's all working out for my highest good, etc. And you can tap through the positive as much as you want until you're at a number where you feel really good. So positive 10 is the best you've ever felt. Maybe your goal is just to get to a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or whatever it is. Once you get to a more positive place and you feel like you've accomplished all you've wanted to do with this tapping, and I trust you'll know when you're there, you have all the answers within you, right? I'm just here guiding you. I can't tell you how many tapping rounds you need to do. You will just know when you feel complete for this tapping. When you get to that point, we're gonna put the closing phrase in. So this is similar to our opening phrase of, even though I'm currently feeling blah, 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 I deeply love and accept myself. Instead, we're gonna change it up a little bit to, now that I'm feeling more positive about my money situation, I truly love and accept myself. Now that I'm feeling whatever it is, I truly love and accept myself. And you're gonna say that 3 times, and then you're gonna close with, and so it is. This is the same vibe as amen or and so it shall be. It's just a really nice closing way to end your tapping and putting that intention out there that, like, I've done this work and so it is, and we're good and we're done. And then once you're done with this whole tapping, all you have to do is rate yourself again on that scale of -10 to +10. Hopefully you're into the positive numbers now and feeling a lot more relaxed and maybe even hopeful about the situation. If you're still at a 0 or a negative, that's okay. You can come back and do another tapping if you'd like, or you can distract yourself with another healthy coping skill. And once you get to yourself at a neutral 0 place with that coping skill, then you can come back to this tapping and do it again. I will say though that because EFT tapping works with the energy meridian in your body and we're doing a lot of work, to take it easy the rest of the day and make sure you stay well hydrated. It's kind of like after a massage, they tell you the same exact thing because they're working with your body and moving stuff around. we're moving a lot of energy around with EFT tapping. So take it easy on yourself, drink some water, maybe go to bed early tonight, and trust that whatever you came here to accomplish, whatever outcome you were hoping to have from this tapping, it is coming and it is already here. So I hope you liked this little DIY EFT tapping. I know it's different than our usual Tap Tuesday, but like I said, a lot of you requested it. And if you enjoyed this kind of format of me teaching you a new skill, please comment below and let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk about mindset or manifestation or any of the other hundreds of topics I love to teach on. So if you'd like more educational videos like this, drop a comment below and I will see you next week for another Tap Tuesday.